Yes, good morning students.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Fine.
Okay, now it is looking that we are in class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see in the previous class we discussed about various lists, that is union list, concurrent list and state list, registry list, and we discussed what were the features of federalism. Now today we shall read state and center relation, how the states may form in India, on what basis the formation of states took place, and what is decentralization, why is it necessary for country like India. Okay, first, all the states in our country all are not equally developed, are not equal in any matter you take. In the terms of geographical area you take, all the states are not equal. In the terms of development you take, they are not equal. In terms of population you take, they are not equal. Okay, so the states in India also are divided: developed state, underdeveloping state, backward states. Okay, so some states in India have got the status of backward states, and all the states in India do not get equal fund from the central government. Okay, so it depends upon the population, it depends upon the locality or regional development, everything taken into consideration. Okay, for example, till 2019 there used to be special status for Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, but now after Article 370 has been amended, so Jammu and Kashmir also has now is now ruled under the complete Constitution of India. Okay, and it has got the status of Union Territory. Okay, Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir region, two Union territories have been formed. Okay, now it is no more a state; it is a Union Territory at present. Now, after 1947, when we got freedom, how the states in India were formed, on what basis our states, we are seeing now Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, all 28 states in India, how they were formed, on what basis? कैसे पता चला कि ये जम्मू एंड कश्मीर रहेगा, ये केरला रहेगा, तमिलनाडु इतना एरिया तमिलनाडु को दे दो, हाउ इट वाज फॉर्म? Yes, the leaders or the framers of our constitution, okay, of that time, they followed the policy of language policy, linguistic policy. Language policy was followed. We find particular language in particular states or not, except a few states. If I say all the state language means, now you ask, sir, Uttar Pradesh, which language, sir? Bhojpuri, like that will ask or not? So, not all but majority of the states in India, they were divided on the basis of language. Okay, on the basis of language. For example, in your 8th class and 9th class or previous classes also, we have studied about there were various princely states or large states in India like United Province. United Province means entire Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Uttarakhand, all were part of United Province. Like you take Central Province. Central Province, in that Central Province, you used to see entire Madhya Pradesh, some parts of Gujarat, some part of Rajasthan were also included. Madras Presidency, entire Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh were part of Madras Presidency. So, what happened? In those big states, large states, we used to find people of various languages, different languages. So, now problem is to arise. Question paper, exam problem, everything, state examination and all, so many problems used to happen. So, the leaders in our country, they decided that let us draw the geographical area of our country based on the language. Okay, so in India, the states are divided on the basis of language, linguistic basis. Okay, for example, Tamil Nadu, Tamil people speaking, Kerala, Malayalam people speaking language. Okay, Karnataka, Kannada is the language. Maharashtra, Marathi is the language. Gujarati is the language. Okay. Manipur, Manipuri, Assam, Assami, Bodo, Bengal, West Bengal, Bengali. Now you'll ask, sir, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, which language, sir? Okay. Now, apart from this, there were 4 states which were divided on the basis of region-wise. Region-wise. They were vast, large in area, and within the state, there is to various different region used to exist. For example, you take present Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Do you find any difference between Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand? Yes, man. Geographical area, geographical location, you find or not? Even the language of the people also change when you go to Uttarakhand side and all. You find changes in or not? Do you find change in language of Purvanchal or Western UP and Uttarakhand or not? So there is little change or not? Tone also we find the changes. Okay? Like that only from Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand was divided based on geographical area. From Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh came to be divided. From Bihar, Jharkhand was divided. And from Assam, Manipur was divided. Long time, Manipur before only, but these 3 states came in 2003. Okay, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand and Jharkhand. Okay, next. Our constitution guarantees total 22 languages as statutory language. Scheduled languages. Means they are recognized by Constitution of India, including Hindi in this. Hindi plus 21 plus 1 Hindi, that is total 22. Okay, means all these 22 languages have script. They can be written and they can be read. Suppose if Bhojpuri would have been script, would have been the second or the first major spoken language of India. I hope so, because most of the part of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, this language is spoken or not. So if you would have got script, they would have been after Hindi or equal to Hindi, because at present 40% of the people in India, they can speak, they can read and write Hindi. Next comes Bengali. Okay, then comes Telugu, Marathi, Tamil, like the percentages. In your textbook is given later, you can see. Okay, next. Till 1976 in our country, English was taken as a official language. It was language of court, official work, record and all everything. Okay. And we have national animal, national game, national fruit, national flower, national emblem, but we don't have national language. Nowhere written in the Constitution of India that Hindi is our national language. So, up to 1976, English was taken or considered as official language. But after 1976, Hindi was replaced in place of English as an official language. Now we are continuing Hindi as an official language. But many states opposed it. Many states opposed Hindi as an official language, especially Tamil Nadu and all, and some northeastern states and all. But at present, we are having Hindi as official language because it is a language which can be understood, which can be written, which can be read by majority of the people, that is maximum people in the country, that is 40%. Okay, now the new data might have more changed because it is old data, new data maybe 45-50% also might have gone, but minimum 40%, not less than 40%. Okay, next. But it is not that other state languages are not given importance. Okay, what is happening? The state government is promoting Hindi. Sorry, the central government is promoting Hindi. Okay, but at the same time, it is not neglecting the state languages. It is also given ample of freedom. It has given ample of freedom for the respective state to propagate, to expand, to develop their state language. Okay, for example, in our country, after 1976, what happened? The exams which were conducted by central government now is in English and Hindi. Both language paper comes. same question will be again translated in Hindi also. You write your board exam, no? Your English, sorry, mathematics, social science and general science. These three subject question paper will be in English and Hindi also. So that for better understanding.
The English paper is not Hindi. English paper.
English paper why will come in English? That is language.
I like.
That is language. Language why will come in English? Okay. So now again the exams which are conducted by the respective state government, that paper comes in the English and the respective state language. For example, Tamil Nadu you go. Tamil Nadu if the state government is conducting any exam, that paper will be in Tamil and in English. Okay na? But states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Uttarakhand, their question paper will be in English and Hindi. Those state government also conducted. Okay? Because majority of the language in this region is Hindi. Okay? Now, next one, decentralization. What do you mean by decentralization and why is it necessary for a country like India? What is decentralization? See, taking away the power from central government, state government and giving it to the local self-government is known as decentralization. Taking away the power from central government and state government and giving it to the local self-government is known as decentralization. Now, the question arises, why decentralization is needed in a country like India? See, example I tell you. See, Prime Minister is there in our country. Okay. How much well educated, how much well aware he is there, but he may not be knowing the problem of each and every state and district in India. Which state is lacking in which problem, which district is having what problem, how much unemployment is there, what is the growth rate of which state and all. Okay. Or it may take time, there not be timely development or the things may not be reaching on time. Okay, that is why we have state government. Again, though CM is there for a state, but again he may be not be able to overcome the problem of each and every district and village on time. Okay, in a specified time duration. Okay, so to have a proper administration, to have overall development of both regional and urban and semi-urban and even village side also, we have local self-government. See, the local people know about the local problem in a better way. True or not? Okay. तुम्हारे गांव का प्रॉब्लम तुम्हारे गांव के लोगों को अच्छी तरह से पता रहेगा कि दूसरे स्टेट के दूसरे गांव के लोगों को पता चलेगा. So local problem is understood by local people in a better way. Okay, they are seeing day-to-day problem, day-to-day activity they are going across. So they know very well what is the problem, how to solve the problem, what are the problem existing, why this problem is also existing. They may be knowing. So they may find a better solution than the CM and the PM or the state government and the central government. Local self-government may find better solution for that. Okay. So in order to have regional development, rural development, okay, so we started local self-government. Okay. You know, till 1990, till 1990s in our country, mostly the party which was ruling at the central level was only ruling in most of the states also. Okay, like Congress was the very large party at that time, and we all know that Congress has ruled India from 1947 till 90s continuously. Again, in between breakdown came once or twice. Okay, so for majority of maximum time it was only in the power, not only in the central level, in the various states also it was in power for maximum time. Okay, So after 1990, what happened? In various states, regional parties started becoming powerful, and regional sentiments, regional background, regional problem they arose. They created regional problem, and they started creating sentiments among the people, regional sentiments, and they started becoming powerful. For example, in Uttar Pradesh, Sapa and Baspa became powerful after 1990s. Okay, Andhra Pradesh, TDP became powerful. Like that in various states, Shiromani Akali Dal in Punjab, Shiva Sena like in Maharashtra, okay, AGP Assam Gana Parishad in Assam, okay, Biju Janata Dal in Odisha, DMK, AIDMK in Tamil Nadu, okay, like this regional parties started becoming CPM, CIPM in West Bengal and side, okay, so they started becoming very powerful. Now, so they started reducing the vote bank of the National Party. Now National Party thought that unless and until we do coalition or form alliance with these local parties, we are not going to form a government at the central level. So the era of 1990 is known as era of coalition government in India. The era of 1990 is known as era of coalition government. Now what is coalition government? Yes. The situation where a single party doesn't get majority, okay, to form a government, it may try to get the majority with help of 2 or 3 parties to form the government, to come into the power. So that is known as coalition government. In Hindi we say Gadbandhan Sarkar. Okay, Gadbandhan, Mahagabandhan, whatever may be, more than 2 or 2 party comes together, that is known as coalition. Okay. Now, later they started forming the alliances also. Alliances means group of parties. They coming together, forming group. At present, we have 2 major groups in our country, UPA and NDA. We have UPA and NDA. United Progressive Alliance. It is formed by the Congress, and National Democratic Alliance formed by BJP. So these are the 2 major alliances in our country which are existing, and there are many parties under these 2 alliances. Okay. Now, so till 1992 in our country, there was no decentralization. Means local self-government was existing, but it was not having power like present they are having. There used to be no election for the local self-government. ग्राम प्रधान के लिए इलेक्शन ही नहीं होता था, चेयरमैन और मेयर के लिए इलेक्शन ही नहीं होता था. Only for MP and MLA there used to be election. You may ask your parents, grandparents, 1990 से पहले गांव में प्रधान कैसे चुने जाते थे, और एक बार जो प्रधान बन जाता था 10-10 साल 15-15 साल तक जाता था. But they should not get much fund also, like how much the present local state governments are getting. Okay, so after 1990-92, when decentralization started, the scenario changed. And how happened? What happened is, the main features of the decentralization was that for the local self bodies, every 5 years there should be election. Regular elections of every 5 years, they must be compulsory. Without election, there cannot be local self body. Okay, next. Seats must be reserved for ST, SC, OBC. Okay. Next, 1/3 of the seats must be reserved for the women. 1/3 of the seats in local self bodies must be reserved for women. Okay. Next, election commissioners were divided. We have 2 election commissioners in our country. One is Chief Election Commissioner or Central Election Commissioner, which is at the central level. His duty, responsibility is to conduct the elections of the parliamentary election, general election which happens every where in the country, throughout the country, every 5 years. Okay, that is for prime minister and cabinet ministers and all. Again, respective state, we have elections now for MLS, legislative assembly elections. Now in Bihar it is going to take place. So these two elections, conducting of these two elections, okay, state assembly elections and parliamentary election, it is the duty, responsibility of the central government election commissioner, not central, chief election commissioner or central election commissioner. Sunil Arora is the present chief election commissioner of India. Okay, next, at every respective state we have state election commissioner. The duty of the state election commissioner is to conduct the election for the local self bodies, that is city, town and village. At the city level we have municipal corporation, Mahanagar Palika. There are not. The head will be mayor. At the town level we have municipalities or municipal council. The head is chairman, chairperson we say. Sometimes women also may be no. So chairperson is better to say. At village level we have Pradhan, Sarpanch and all. Now in Uttar Pradesh, next year 2021, February to May, between this we may see election for Pradhan. Pradhan elections are going to come or not? 2021 January. Okay, after Feb only, not before Feb. In news and all they are giving maybe after Feb, mostly in the month of May and April, like that. Date is not confirmed, but in 2021 only. Okay. So the state election commissioner work is to conduct the election for the local self body. Okay, so understood? Who is the head of the municipal corporation? Mayor. Head of the municipality or chairman and village pradhan. Okay. And in previous class I explained you why do we call these three organs as a local self body. Because the election for in these three bodies is done locally by local people for the local person. For example, in a town, that is chairman election, the people of the town and nearby villages which are included in that town only will give vote. Okay na? From other village, other town they will not come and give vote. And the person from that town or that village which are included in town only should stand in election for the chairman. From other district or other they cannot stand. So local person must be there. Like that only in village for Pradhani election. From any other village any person can come and stand as a Pradhan election? No. लड़ाई झगड़ा हो जाएगा. Okay. So yes. Yes, but that is rare cases happens. Okay. Can do like that.
Sir, but presidency is also important. 5 years, 10 years.
That is also from see, he can take, but suddenly his name will not come in the voter list, no?
Yes,
That should be there or not? For example, you are there, okay? So when you become 18 years of age, your name will come in voter list. Before that, your parents' name will be there, okay? Suppose your parents are not their name is there, not there in that village only. And suddenly how your name will be added? Before you, your parents' name must be there in the voter list of that village or not? That is the main. In order it comes, no? Every time of elections, now you may be seeing people may be coming in villages and all, checking the voter list and all. More than that, the person who was standing for the election, they are taking more interest to check the voter list. Okay? Because they will be starting counting from now only how many votes they may get, assuming, estimating. Okay, so this all happens. So for the development of local areas, it is very, very necessary, compulsory for the decentralization of power, especially in the state or a country like India, where we see still the maximum or majority of the people they live in the rural area, village area, backward area. You see or not? Okay. So if the villages are developed, then automatically we can see they will develop in the towns and cities. Okay. जो रास्ता शहर से गांव आता है वही रास्ता गांव से शहर भी जाता है. दूसरे रास्ते तो नहीं होते ना. So we need overall development for the entire development of a nation. Okay, so I hope you have understood this topic.
Then what about tribal groups?
1 minute, let me off this video.